Taylar.
And this is Strange Narratives. We're back.
Back at it again.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So, probably like the third.
Yeah. So
Fresh started to the
hope
new
you guys
year.
had a fun and safe New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
New Year's Day.
Don't be doing. I mean, it's another Sunday into a Monday. Like, these holidays have been whack this year, dude.
Yeah, it sucked.
It's like,
Halloween was what?
Halloween
Tuesday?
was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Christmas was was Monday. New Year's is Monday.
Yeah.
Like, sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
That's
certain
how it is.
holidays of the years that should always fall on Fridays.
Yeah, or I would say Saturdays.
Or even
And
Saturdays.
that way you have Sunday to recover, you know?
Like, especially like Halloween and New Year should be like an always Saturday
Yeah.
event, because like everybody stays up until midnight and everybody gets drunk. So like, how are you expected to go to work the next day and not be a bag of?
Couldn't be me.
I'm about to be playing for 9 hours straight of D&D going into the new year, so I won't be hungover at all the next day. I don't drink. I don't drink.
She doesn't, and if she does, it's like maybe a bottle of wine here and there.
Dude, one bottle f***s me up, and then
Yeah.
I'm so hungover the next day I want to die. So
Really?
I'm never drinking again. I
She's
say.
done,
But anything important we got to talk about?
No, thank you guys as always for joining us.
Welcome back. Thank you.
Welcome back. Hello, new subscribers. We love you. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome.
Dome, bitch. But
What are we
yeah, I
talking
think
about?
That's about it. So today, I have a fun but fun one. I'm gonna talk about the dark and crazy like stories and secrets behind the Wizard of Oz.
Ooh. I've heard of one before, I think, where it's kind of messed up. but-
Probably. There is a couple rumors I will debunk. There is also a couple rumors that I will
Undebunk?
undebunk. Yeah, they're
Undebunk?
proven factual. So, with that, are you ready?
I'm already ready.
Okay. So, from aluminum poisoning to fires, explosions, and sexual assault,
Holy shit.
the details behind what actually happened behind the filming of the 1939 classic, The Wizard of Oz, seems more of a horror movie than
Right?
a loving story of friendship and conquering evil.
I mean, honestly, that movie used to freak me out when I was a kid, though.
That's fair. Those flying monkeys are sketch.
There's a lot of scary imagery in that movie.
Yeah. Yep. So with that, I'm going to give the typical Taylor trigger warning.
Oh, the good old TT.
Good old TT.
TT.
Hey, yo.
Hey. What the fuck? Don't mind us. We're dumb.
Yeah. But yeah, so I am going to give you guys a couple seconds. If you can't handle any of those things that I listed above, that's okay. Bag out. We'll see you in the next one.
But please don't.
But please don't, because it is very fascinating. We're going to dive in. So,
Scrooge McDuck style.
Oh. Yeah.
Head first into a pile of money, which doesn't seem physically possible.
Yeah, I feel like that would hurt.
Have you seen the
Especially 'cause
Family
they're
Guy
gold
skit
coins.
where he does that and he breaks every bone in his body? Why did I think this would be like water? It's a solid.
That's because Disney did an awful job of
Yeah.
depicting gold from fucking
Yeah,
water.
for real.
Awful.
So funny.
It's so crazy. So some would be surprised to know that Jack Haley wasn't originally casted as the Tin Man that we know and love today.
Oh,
So a guy named Buddy Ebsen was originally
Ooh.
cast for the role.
All right, buddy.
Let me backtrack. Technically, Ray Bolger, who actually plays Scarecrow, he was
okay.
originally casted as the Tin Man. But he had read the Scarecrow's part and figured that he would be better for that role, so he opted to swap roles, and so thus came Buddy Ebsen.
Oh, and isn't it? I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but isn't the dude that plays the Tin Man? He's the guy that gets the aluminum poisoning, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
That's what I thought.
So, because movie makeup effects were vastly different in the 30s than they are today, a lot of the things that they did were very
Holy
fucking
fuck.
unsafe.
Oh, I was just talking to my friend at work. The bones that they used in Poltergeist,
They're real skeletons.
they're real skeletons. That's somebody's family member.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. That all of those Poltergeist movies are cursed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
One
fucked.
hundo.
It's fucked.
One
I want to
hundo.
do a
Oh, yeah.
episode on the behind the scenes of
I was
everything
thinking about that.
happened.
That's okay. That'll be a cool one. Yeah.
Because some gnarly shit went down, dude. Multiple murders, fucking curses,
Accidents like crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit, and that's why I think this one is so interesting, is because it almost feels cursed as well.
Right? Which you wouldn't think, because like you said, it's not a scary movie. It's supposed to be like a family film.
Yeah, it's insane, you know? And it's a classic, so it's like you don't expect... And I guess, technically, the Poltergeists are classic, too.
Yeah.
You don't expect fucked up shit to be happening on professional movie sets, you know? But yeah, so because, you know, effects were different back then, like a lot of really bad shit happened due to the techniques that they used to create these characters. So Buddy's costume was obviously awful, like we've already tiptoed into. Not only was part of his costume made of metal, so it was heavy as shit, but his face makeup was absolutely horrific. So he was not only covered in like suffocating prosthetics, but he was also painted with like white clown makeup, then they would rush on aluminum dust, like finely ground aluminum dust.
Ow!
And that would give him his like tin look.
Literally brushing jagged pieces of tiny microscopic metal into his skin.
So 9 days after they start filming, he begins complaining of like labored breathing and like severe exhaustion and other symptoms and shit. Buddy stated, quote, "One night after dinner, I took a breath and nothing happened," unquote. He was rushed to the hospital where he spent weeks recovering. And it turned out that his lungs were coated in aluminum. And he had even been placed in an iron lung.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Almost immediately, Mevrin Leroy, one of the MGM execs, was constantly calling the hospital, demanding him back on fucking set.
What? Dude, like, you almost fucking killed this dude.
Yeah, like, okay, so basically this man is laying in an iron fucking lung for weeks. If not well over a month, with respiratory failure, essentially fucking dying. And you're like, don't care.
We need him back.
Get back.
Get back on the set.
And it was widely believed at that time, supposedly, that aluminum doesn't do anything. Like, aluminum powder wouldn't cause any issues. But I feel like they low-key knew they fucked up. So needless to say, he was replaced with Jack Haley, which is the Tin Man we know and love today.
And then sorry, did they change his makeup for the new dude, or did they do the same?
So they did. So obviously, because they knew they
fucked up,
caused up that fucking illness and essentially almost killed him, they changed it from a powder to a paste. So it would still be the same process. They paint him with the white clown makeup, and then they use an aluminum paste.
Oh, that doesn't sound any better.
He's still got like a really like gnarly eye infection, where he actually almost lost his sight.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it's insane. And they were pissed about that. MGM was fucking trash. Like, after I get done... No, it's been proven.
Okay.
It's been proven. And back then, if you were to try and sue a studio, they would, like, with how the contracts were set up, if you would sue one studio, essentially you were suing them all.
And you were blacklisted.
Blackballed.
Yeah.
So... You know,
so
it was a different
dumb.
time. You couldn't bitch. You couldn't complain. It's in your fucking contract. Wherever they need you, they're putting you, and that's just.
Well, that's why, like, I always argued with people when they were like, "How come the Me Too movement didn't happen sooner?" Like, you know, for the longest time, people were okay with all that shit happening. And I was like, because they were literally fucking terrified to speak up.
You fucking.
It wasn't until we finally got to a point in society when we were like, oh, they aren't just going to be blacklisted or made
They're
into...
going to be held accountable.
Yeah, they're
for
actually
their
going to be
shit.
held accountable.
Yeah. And these motherfuckers, trash. Okay?
Trash. Fuck
Victor
you.
Fleming,
Trash.
eat my whole ass. Well, yeah, so he did get like an early eye infection, almost lose his fucking sight. So he was out for a couple of weeks dealing with that. I believe it was like 6 weeks or something like that. So Ray Bolger, who plays Scarecrow, he had an equally like taxing costume. His consisted of a rubber foam like mask that they baked.
What?
To make it look like a burlap sack.
Oh.
And it covered the entirety of his face minus his like eyes, nose, and mouth. And so he said it was like absolutely suffocating. Which, can you fucking imagine?
Well, I've watched the videos of Jim Carrey talking about the Grinch and how he had to literally go through like CIA training. Mm-hmm. I saw a clip of him where he was talking about it. Where he was literally like, they told me to like smoke a lot of cigarettes, listen to heavy metal music, and tap my thigh a lot if I was starting to get antsy. And so he's like, I'd literally be sitting in that chair with a cigarette and a long stick so I don't catch the fur on fire, listening to Metallica, just tapping my fucking leg like crazy. And he's like, I probably look like a fucking psychopath.
I'd pay to see that.
Oh,
but anything
right?
to keep you from like
Anything
losing
to
your
dude,
shit.
because I can't even imagine.
Well, and that's what it's like. I wish they would have like known to do that shit back
For
here
real.
in these days, because it's like the shit these actors
Was
fucking
torture.
went through to give us what we know as the Wizard of Oz today is fucking insane. Like,
You can
and I
see
know
that,
they weren't paid a lot back then.
You can see that through the history of a lot of films, though. Directors do some fucked up shit to their actors to try to make it more authentic.
They're like, well,
and
it's
it's like,
in your contract.
bitch, no, that's just torture. Like, come
Yeah.
on, fuck off.
Yeah, that's what, like, Jim Carrey had to go through fucking torture techniques and shit. Like, how to cope with the mental load of it and shit.
Yeah. Because I like, you literally feel like you're suffocating. You're being buried alive in this fucking prosthetic paint and shit, dude. Like, I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. But he said, Bolger said, quote, the mask wasn't porous so you couldn't sweat. You couldn't breathe through your skin. You don't realize how much you breathe through your skin until you can't do it. We felt like we were suffocating.
That's fucking crazy, too. You don't think about how much you breathe through your skin.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
It's insane.
The human body is so weird.
I mean, okay, so think about when you, like, cover your entire body, including your head, in your blanket.
And you
how
start...
quickly
oh,
you
yeah.
feel like you're suffocating, even though
You still
can
have
still
oxygen.
breathe.
That's crazy.
Now imagine wearing
a burlap
prosthetics
sack
and
that you
shit like that you
you're
can't
sweating
breathe
under,
through.
that you can't get, like, none of the sweat's going anywhere.
And they're not porous, so there's no air movement going in and out of it.
Couldn't be me.
Ray Lar, the Cowardly Lion, he had it worst of all. So his costume was made of real lion hair and skin.
Oh.
And they said it fucking stunk.
That's
like, it was
gross.
bad. And it weighed about 70 to 90 pounds. So it's like carrying, like...
a dead body around.
Practically, yeah.
You're just wearing another dead body.
It's insane. And so after, like, their 13 or 14-hour fucking work days that they would work, when he'd remove the costume, he'd be dripping in fucking sweat. And the costume would have to be dried out every single day. I can't imagine the amount of
Dude,
weight
these
that man
people better have
lost.
gotten fucking paid bang to be in this fucking
I
movie.
highly doubt it.
Well, especially at the time.
And his prosthetics that made up his lion face, they were set to where he couldn't open his mouth very far. So he would have to eat and drink through straws. So it'd be like soup, water, milkshake, shit like that. And there'd be times where he saw Bolger and Haley napping away, munching away at their
he
food.
can't eat
And he'd
anything.
get fucking pissed because, like, the makeup department didn't want to fucking redo the prosthetics all the time. And so there'd be times where he would just get sick of it and he'd fucking snap his jaw open, break the
I'm
prosthetic.
sorry, but yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you. I need to eat. Like,
Just
I'm
because
sweating my
you don't
dick
want to
off
do a little
all
bit
day.
more work, I have to starve? Go
Yeah,
fuck yourself.
And that was the times, you know? It was
What
fucking
the
stupid.
fuck
But that was
ever,
so
dude.
he could eat some real fucking food.
That's insane.
Well, and then I was reading a little snippet that's in this book. I'll link it in the show notes and stuff like that. But they were saying how, like, Jack Haley that plays Tin Man, his costume is really heavy as well because part of it was made out of metal. And he couldn't sit down in it. Oh my God. And so they had this, like, rack thing that typically...
that he would just lean against?
That he would lean against and he would, like, fall asleep. And I guess Lar had really bad insomnia. And he'd walk by him and Haley would be, like, leaned up against the rack. Literally rack the fuck out. And he'd be like, fucking asshole. Like, what the fuck?
They all hated each other.
He sleep standing up, leaning against a goddamn rack, and I can't even sleep in my own fucking bed at night.
No wonder. You could see all the hatred in their eyes.
Yeah.
And every single one of those people on that screen, they fucking hated each other.
No, they all loved each other.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
They, like, the bonds that they created.
Because of this? I guess that, yeah.
And shit they endured during this
That
shit.
makes sense.
They were all friends for life. Makeup artist Charlie Shran was quoted saying, Lar went through hell. And it's like, dude, I can't even fucking imagine.
For real. Like, that's
70 to 90 fucking pounds of actual line
every
hide.
day for how many months? How many years?
A year. They started filming in 1938.
Couldn't be me.
And the movie came out in 1939.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
So, just to note, because I know this is a very big rumor surrounding The Wizard of Oz, there's a rumor that Munchkin committed suicide. And hung
That's what I was. That's the one
set.
I saw.
This is false.
Because you could supposedly see the shadow in the background or some shit.
Photoshopped.
Yeah.
It was actually a bird that, like, the wingspan would open and close. And considering how much we know about this, like, behind the scenes and shit, and the fact that there's no, like, police reports about it, which that's, like, one of the few things that MGM would rarely sweep under the rug is a fucking
suicide on set.
Yeah, especially on set. It's bullshit. So, don't read into the hype.
That's one of the that was one of the earliest, like, behind the scenes. Did you know that you could see a person hanging in the background?
Yeah. No, it's a fucking bird, bitch. It was the 30s, okay?
Right.
They did their best. And their worst.
That's like there's a scene from a kid's cartoon where somebody's, like, falling past a building, and in one of the windows, if you literally pause it at the perfect frame, it's a dude getting a blowjob.
There's supposedly, like, penises on the original Little Mermaid.
Oh, the Little Mermaid castle case.
VHS cover.
And the priest is supposed to have a boner at the end when he's giving the wedding ceremony. I don't remember seeing any of that. It's just people being bored.
Well, and it's like, I don't trust the internet because it's so fucking easy to Photoshop.
Well, because especially
Look at the
all
shit
of
that we can do.
All of that shit, that was memes when I was a kid, when, like, the internet was first starting. So how hard would it have been for somebody to literally just go in and, like, Photoshop a little line? Yeah, and just be like, look, they had a boner the whole time.
They had a fucking chub going, look at that.
That's where the whole fucking Mandela effect comes in.
Yeah, the cornucopia. You can't fucking tell me that wasn't real because people are finding, like, shirts and shit that have the cornucopia, the fruit of the loom. Remember I talked about that?
Oh, yeah. No, that was definitely a thing.
And they're still fucking denying it. And
That's
it's like
so
bullshit.
Weird. Why? Of all things.
I guarantee you I can go through my childhood clothes and find, like,
a fruit of the loom. I remember it was before they turned it into just the fruits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because those commercials all came out. And it was like those dudes, all those white dudes. It was
dressed.
Like the
there was a black dude
for fucking underwear. Yeah, there was one black dude, huh?
Can't
They're
be
like
racist.
Diversity.
And underwear.
Yeah, in a fucking genocidal symbol, but, you know, whatever. Couldn't be me, bitch.
That was an episode I actually thought about doing, was, like, the true history of a lot of our traditions and like how most of them are fucked up. Or my favorite was all the memes I saw of like all these Christians burning their Yule logs while they, sing chants around their fucking
lit up
tree,
Yeah, it's
saying
a pagan
that it's
fucking holiday.
all of those are pagan holidays that were fucking stolen.
Did you also know that the Bible is just fucking Greek mythology rewritten in the white man's fucking language?
Boom. Mic dropped. Oh. Gently set it down.
I don't wanna
These are
break it.
expensive. Sorry.
These are fucking expensive, okay? They're not too bad, but they're expensive enough to like
expensive
put us
enough that I
back.
don't want to buy another one.
Yeah, that would be our third fucking set.
Yeah, no thanks.
We're not doing it, okay?
No.
Give us time. We'll
Give us
upgrade
money.
More. We just fucking upgraded the camera. It's
Yeah.
gonna take
Oh
us a little
yeah.
time. We did upgrade the camera.
Let
Can
us know if you
tell?
can tell. Yeah, let us know if you like the angle. I think it looks good. The lighting, tell us if the lighting looks good. We should have mentioned that.
I personally feel like it's a little too dark.
I think it looks fine, especially now that you've taken your beanie off. Your hair's popping. You look good, bitch. Shut up and enjoy it.
Okay.
I'll fight you.
Yeah, my beanie was blending in.
Blending in.
With our backdrop. Titty.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Judy Garland went through fucking hell.
That was who played Dorothy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She was 17 at the time.
Holy shit.
Margaret Hamilton, who plays Wicked Witch of the West, she recalls a horrible encounter that the director, Victor Fleming, he's a piece of shit.
Fucking piece of shit.
And Judy had happen in front of like everybody. So, do you remember the scene where the Cowardly Lion is chasing Toto?
Uh-huh.
And Dorothy's essentially like, leave him alone, like, stop that right now. That is the scene that we're talking about right now. So, Lar had a large personality, and during the filming of that scene, it took several takes to get it right because he kept just making Judy hysterically laugh.
Oh, because
She's
he was just
17.
and he was just being over the top.
And he just has a silly personality. I'd be fucking cackling too, you know?
That's how I never understand how they do funny movies where it's all improv. Because I would just be fucking dying the whole time.
I would never be able to do SNL. I'd be like,
gotta leave the room.
I'd be worse than Jimmy Fallon.
And he was bad.
He was awful.
Always.
But finally, after like the 5th or 6th time of her
laughing,
trying to do the scene, Fleming takes her to the side and slaps her. Remember, she's 17. Slaps her in the fucking face and tells her to quit laughing and do it right. In layman's terms, that's what he said to her.
And then he got his ass beat, right?
So, I guess in that book that I'll link, he felt so bad that he was going around to all the crew and the cast telling him to punch him in the face because he felt bad.
Okay.
For slapping her.
Yeah, I'll punch you in the fucking face.
Bet.
Bam.
Wind it up. Like,
who gets to
shit.
say? How many people gets to say they get to knock out their fucking director? Piece
but I
of
guess
shit.
he had walked up to Judy and was like, "Punch me in the face."
Did she?
No, she goes, "I won't punch you in the face, but I'll kiss you on the nose." If that
What
does
a
not tell
sweetheart!
you,
That like literally makes me want to fucking cry.
Dude, because I wouldn't even hesitate. I'd be like, "Bap!"
No, I'd fake them out and be
Right
like,
hook.
I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna hit you, but I'll kiss you on the nose. Bop! Oh, sorry, just kidding. I was still gonna hit you. I just wanted you to lean in a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, "Girl, you're better than me."
Oh, for real. I would have
taken that
thrown
out, but
down. Fuck a
dude.
motherfucker slapping me. Hell no.
But yeah, so he slaps her. So that scene that's in the movie where
is right after that.
it's literally directly
That's
after he slapped her in
fucking
the
sad.
fucking face.
And that's the one that makes it into the fucking final cut, of
Yeah.
course.
Yep.
That's so
It's
fucking sad.
fucking shitty. Her costume was also painful as shit.
She probably had an insanely tight corset.
She had a gnarly fucking tight corset, and then they also strapped her chest down suffocatingly tight because they wanted her to look younger. They essentially gave her shit for being a fucking 17-year-old girl with boobs.
That's so
And Dorothy, in the book, she's like 14, 15. So they wanted to essentially de-age her. So they, glued her fucking chest down. Which, as a heavily chested woman, I'd fucking die. I would suffocate. Like that, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Well, that's like, I feel really bad for a lot of, my fellow trans people that are trans men, because a lot of them have to bind. And I can't imagine how, literally just pushing on my boobs like this fucking hurts.
Sports bras kill me.
Sports bras, fucking painful. I can't imagine actually taping it down so
I have
tight.
To have the ones that have the
I
the
get what
thing
you
in
mean.
the front to where I can adjust it. Because if it's too tight, I can't fucking wear them. I'm not gonna be uncomfortable for the sake of my boobies not bouncing in your face.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, sorry. But yeah, so they fucking. She went through it.
That's so fucking bad, dude.
That's bad. So, on to Margaret Hamilton, Wicked Witch of the West. So, her makeup was equally as dangerous as Buddy Ibsen's. To create the green skin, the makeup department used copper oxide, which is fucking toxic.
That's bad.
It's, yeah. So, it's so toxic that they had to make sure that they thoroughly cleaned her hands and her face every day after filming, because if left on it could be fatal, which it's already been on for 13 to 14 fucking hours.
Pretty sure that's already bad.
I feel like that's already going to cause fucking issues. Logic, where go, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, the only way to clean off copper oxide was with alcohol.
So they literally scrubbed her down with fucking 98% isopropyl alcohol?
Pretty much.
Jesus.
So keep that in the back of your mind, because you're going to need that in a couple of minutes. So, do you remember that scene where the Wicked Witch exits Munchkin Land and the cloud of smoke and shit?
Oh, yeah.
That scene holds a fuckload of trauma for Hamilton. On the Yellow Brick Road, there was a spring-loaded elevator that she essentially needed to step backwards onto, and it was very tight, and so they were when you drop down, you need to tuck your fucking arms and legs in, because otherwise you could break your arms at your shoulders and you could break your fucking legs.
So make it different so she doesn't have to worry about that. Why?
Isn't that fucking insane? And that's honestly the least of her fucking concerns.
This is literally what is the cheapest way you could do this that could possibly kill every member of the cast?
Yeah, so it's you have this very narrow window to fucking essentially tuck and fucking drop.
To avoid an explosion.
And so the first take that she does, fucking perfect. No issues, goes off without a hitch. Fucking Victor, Mr. Fleming,
wants to do a second.
Bitch. For insurance purposes, he was stoked. He was bet, another one. So he had her do it several more times. Second take, the smoke and fire started too early, so she had to do it again. And again, and again, and again. Finally, the fourth take, the fire came too quickly, and it ignited the bristles of her broom, which was very close to her face. And due to the elevator, it was
right
essentially
there.
Fucking there. So Hamilton suffered first-degree burns on her face, mostly on her chin, nose, right cheek, and forehead. Her eyelashes and eyebrows were also burned off. On her hands and arms, she suffered second, almost third-degree burns.
As somebody who's had third-degree burns, I know how bad that is.
Yeah. The skin on her right hand was completely burned away. It was just fucking flesh. Yeah. And so now remember, the only way to remove that copper oxide makeup
was with alcohol.
Was with fucking alcohol. And the makeup department, not wanting to take a fucking chance, had to remove the copper oxide makeup with alcohol.
From her third-degree burn pain. No, that's fourth degree, actually. If you don't have no skin left on your hand, that is fourth-degree burn.
It's insane. They said that it peeled like a fucking orange. And Hamilton was quoted as saying that was the most horrific pain that she had ever been through.
Well, I told you what they had to do with my arm, right? Because
How they had to
scrub it with a loofah sponge.
Yeah, and pull the fucking...
Well, that was trauma dump. The flannel shirt turned to plastic, so it melted into my skin.
Yeah.
And so my parents, trying to do the right thing and help me, they put a cold rag on my arm, which literally made it solidify into plastic. And so when they got me to the hospital and they tried to even just pull the towel off, it took a layer of skin with it. And then as they tried to take the rest of the shirt with it, it took about 1.5 inch layer of skin. I have pictures of my arm where you can literally see it's
divots.
just a divot of where there's no fucking skin.
Oh my god.
And since it's a military doctor, they are super cheap and half-assed. They just throw some like cheap little fake skin on it and wrap it up with a gauze bandage and send me home. And I'm
so painful.
6 years old, so the next day I go to school and I'm playing with my friends on the park and the bandage slips up a little bit and it gets a little bit of dirt in there and my whole arm gets infected. So then they have to take me back to the hospital for, I think it was like 3 or 4 months I was in the hospital of them giving me antibiotics, putting my arm into a vat of boiling hot water and scrubbing it with a loofah sponge to get all of the dead infected skin off. Otherwise they were going to have to amputate the entire arm.
That's fucking insane.
And I remember this because it pisses me off still to this day. I used to scream so fucking bad. And the nurse got pissed at me one day and was like, there's a little girl in the room next to you with 3rd-degree burns on her hands and you don't hear her screaming like this. And so I literally like forced myself to shut up and stop making as much of a commotion after that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
fucking
thanks. As you're scrubbing
nurse.
fucking layers of skin off my arm.
Yeah, you go through
So
this
sorry
shit
I
and tell me how
cried
bad it
and
doesn't
screamed.
fucking hurt.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Fucking military
Ew.
doctors. Fucking military doctors. So yeah, that's why my scar is as bad as it is.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I almost
So I know
just
how she
forget that
fucking
it's even
feels.
there.
Same.
Yeah.
I forget it's there all the time.
Yeah, dude, it fucking...
Good
the
God,
shit these
dude.
people went through
For
on
real.
the set is
For this dude's
insane.
movie.
Just for a fucking movie. It makes me sad. So, later during, like, test showings of the film, they had to cut the vast majority of Margaret Hamilton's scenes because the kids that they tested the movie on, they said that she was far too terrifying. Like,
Well, yeah.
way too fucking scary.
Because then they continued to put the green makeup on those burns.
Okay, so I'll get into that in just a second. Later on in the film, her hands weren't healed enough because obviously those had the worst of the burns. But yeah, if you look really closely in the movie, she's wearing green gloves instead of the green makeup on her hands because it wasn't
That's
healed
so
enough.
fucking
And
crazy.
you're already putting a fucking toxic chemical on her fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, don't do it.
Do her a favor.
But yeah, so after they had to cut the vast majority of her scenes and shit, she only has 15 minutes of screen time total. Which I was like, fuck, I didn't realize.
Yeah, I didn't realize
how
that either.
minimally she's in there.
But it makes sense.
So when she did get back from healing those burns, they had to do that scene where she's on the broomstick and she's going to get Dorothy, right? Margaret Hamilton was like, I'm not fucking doing it. Because she was supposed to be on this broom that had this, like, steel seat. And there'd be, like, an explosive out the bottom. And they're like, hey, like, we made you a fireproof costume. Do you want to wear that? And she's like, because they told her she had nothing to worry about. She was like, if I have nothing to worry about, why'd you make me a fireproof fucking costume? Like, y'all literally already burned me fucking once.
Yeah.
Burn me once.
Burn me
on
twice.
all of y'all
I'ma fucking
motherfuckers.
kill you, motherfuckers.
And so her stunt double was like, I'll do it.
Okay.
And leaving the studio one day, Margaret Hamilton told her stunt double, like, I'm extremely worried for your fucking safety. Like, I don't think this is a good idea. She was like, don't worry about it. Like, you know, I do stunts literally for a living. Like, I'm going to be okay. So she goes, okay, whatever. So during one of the takes, the explosive under that steel seat misfires. And it causes an explosion and sets her costume on fire. So they lower her down and they lay her face fucking down.
Oh my God.
The explosion literally caused a fucking hole in her left leg. And she had permanent scars from this, and the dress even fused to the burns. So you can feel for that. Later at a different movie premiere, she ran into Victor Fleming.
Oh,
he's a fucking shit.
She fucking hit him in the fucking face?
He tried to lift her fucking skirt to see the goddamn scars. Yeah. Piece of fucking shit.
That dude needs to be beat the fuck down.
Dude. I would have fucking punched you in the face for that too.
First of all, don't fucking touch my skirt. Second of all, fuck you. You don't need to see my scars that you caused.
Fuck. Like, what the fuck?
The fuck is wrong with people, dude?
It's insane. I'm like, y'all, MGM,
you're
y'all
shit.
Trash.
You're shit.
You're trash. So costumes weren't the only horrors that this cast had to go through on set. Production borrowed hundreds of lights for the set. And due to all that lighting, temps in the studio would soar 100 degrees or more. Geez. And again, the costumes that they were wearing are not forgiving.
Not porous.
So there's, again in that book, the cast would run to the back door and open the door just to get some fresh fucking air really fast in between takes. Because it's just so fucking hot in there. I can't even imagine. Those costumes are already fucking torture. And then you're adding 100+ degrees from all the lighting.
Literally standing in the Sahara Desert, basically.
Fuck that yellow brick road, bitch.
Yeah.
Do you remember that Poppy scene where the Wicked Witch of the West cast that spell to make Dorothy and the Cowardly Lion fall asleep in the poppy field? And Glinda, the Good Witch, she does that counter spell to wake him up with snow. That snow is 100% ground up asbestos.
Oh, great.
Which, side note, in the 30s, most Christmas decorations, including fake snow, were made of asbestos. So there's that. They didn't know the effects of asbestos back then. So that's just, now when you watch that scene, you're like,
that's poison.
Yeah, literally.
You're literally getting covered in poison.
And they're like, beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's no cancer.
Oh, it's beautiful. Is it supposed to burn?
Right. I'm like, fuck, dude.
What the fuck, dude? This movie's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm never watching this movie again.
No, it's
anybody that says this is their favorite movie, you're a fucking sadist.
It's insane. It's a beautiful movie, but the shit that they had to go through to give you that movie, I don't want to watch it.
Somewhere Over the Rainbow was a better production fucking team. Jesus. Yeah.
So back to Judy. They put that fucking girl through hell, dude.
And 17, dude.
At 17.
What are you doing?
So not only were the film execs documenting her food intake for months leading up to filming. They also had her on a strict diet consisting of soup, black coffee, and upwards of 50 cigarettes a day.
Oh, that's great.
During filming. They also had her on a crazy pill regimen. So in the mornings, they'd give her what they called pep pills or uppers.
They literally had her on an upper and downer regimen?
Yep.
What the fuck?
And so they'd keep her up for days at a time, and then they'd give her downers
to help her
crash
sleep
and make her sleep. God. And then they would just do it all over again.
Dude, get the fuck out of here.
Fucking psychotic.
How did they not give her a drug problem?
They did.
Oh.
That's how it leads to how she dies.
Fuck
honestly.
Me. Well, shit.
So,
spoiler alert.
Judy Garland episode soon.
I didn't know that, dude. That's so sad.
Oh, it's fucked up.
What the fuck?
One of her husbands had talked about the amount of trauma that she endured during the filming of this fucking movie.
That's
and it's
so fucking insane, dude.
Well, MGM is 100% behind it. The shit that they made her fucking do
and they
is
just
psychotic.
let that dude
and
get
fuck
away
her
with.
mom too, because her mom is the fucking catalyst for all this shit. And you can eat a shit bag of dicks.
You can eat a bag of shit dicks.
A bag of shit dicks, bitch. But it's fucked up. But yeah, so they really fucked with her. It's also worth noting that she was consistently, trigger warning, sexually assaulted by the Munchkins.
Oh, great.
Who were at least 40 during the filming.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Not only would they put their hands up her skirt, but they would also do other things I don't want to fucking talk about to her on set. Thankfully, Haley, Bulger, and Lair were very protective of her, and they would protect her when and where they could.
But they can't be with her 24/7.
Exactly.
That's so fucking sick.
They
God
literally,
damn.
they took turns. It's really fucked up. And again, she was 17. And she was de-aged for the filming of this movie. So she's meant to look like a 14,
yeah, and that just goes to
15-year-old
show that all those fucking munchkins are just pedophiles.
Yeah, you little sick fucks. Pieces of shit. But yeah, now knowing all this, I don't look at it like the magical Yellow Brick Road
No,
anymore.
that really does completely change how that movie...
Yeah. It's fucking...
That's awful.
It's... When I said it was fucking dark and crazy...
Like, I heard the munchkin hung himself and, you know...
Aluminum poisoning and...
I think I heard something about that, but maybe just a little bit. But I didn't know that they were literally just putting aluminum dust. Oh, that's probably what it was.
He did not die.
Yeah. He's still alive.
He came very fucking close to it.
Yeah.
But he didn't die.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's I don't think it's a movie I'm gonna go out of my way to watch again.
I'd never really liked to watch it anyways. Like I said at the beginning, it kind of always gave me the heebie-jeebies, and now I know why.
The flying monkeys always scared the shit out of me.
The flying monkey scared the shit out of me. The witch scared the shit out of me. The whole tornado scene scared the shit out of me.
No.
Like, yeah.
Well, and Aunt M, the woman that played her, I guess she was like super fucking famous. She was on Broadway.
Uh-huh.
She was like a huge movie star, and that was actually like one of her smallest roles she ever did. But I guess like later on in life, she had like gnarly carpal tunnel and arthritis and like all this shit. And at her funeral, a couple of the cast members spoke and they were like, "We'll see you on the Yellow Brick Road," and shit like that. And I was like, they all created like a fucking gnarly trauma bond from the shit that they went through on this fucking set.
I can't even imagine, dude. That's so fucking... And to think that you signed up to make a movie of an entertainment thing, and you're going through almost warlike hell, dude.
The way that contracts would go back then. If they called you and they had a role for you, you had to go. They'd be like, "Hey, got a role for you. You need to get down here right fucking now." Yep. You didn't have a choice. Like, Jack Haley didn't even know why Epstein got fired.
Oh, they didn't tell him about how he got sick and everything?
They didn't tell him that they poisoned him and fucking almost killed him.
They probably made it sound like it was his fault. Oh, he couldn't handle the makeup.
Well, and I read too in that book that to prevent like black lung and shit like that for minors, they used to coat, or they would like have you change from your street gear to your like mining gear, and they would put you in this chamber and make you breathe aluminum dust or maverick powder, and they would coat your lungs in that to keep you from breathing in the harmful
coal dust.
Fucking
but
shit
so
they're mining.
One harmful thing for another.
Yeah, there's a different book about it too. I'll try and find it and link it. But they talked about like the effects, and it's like you're trading one poison literally for more.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. I don't know. There's so much behind this shit.
Because see, that right there, instead of realizing, oh, maybe we shouldn't force humans to go mine all this coal. Maybe we should find a different way of doing this. No, let's spray aluminum dust in their lungs and shove them back down in the fucking holes. Fuck them.
Pocket sand.
Pocket sand. Pocket aluminum dust. Yeah. Pocket asbestos.
People fucked up. The shit that, like...
Fuck you, MGM. Fuck you.
It makes me sad, but that's
holy shit, dude. That was crazy.
Fucked up behind
You've
the scenes
completely ruined a childhood movie of mine. Thank you.
Sorry about it. If I had to learn about it, you guys have to learn about it.
You've ruined my childhood. It's okay. I never really liked that movie.
I completely forgot about it because I had heard this case several years ago, and I was like scrolling through TikTok the other night, and it was like movie facts or some shit, and they brought up the Munchkin thing.
That's so fucking
about it being debunked, and I was like,
yeah, I think I've seen that before.
My shit's gonna be on this week.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing, dude. That was awesome.
I'm sorry for Debbie Downer, but that's typically how my episodes
go. I hate to break it to you, but a lot of our childhood and a lot of our past is really fucked up.
Yeah.
It's really fucked up.
With that, follow us on socials. Strange
Narratives.
We have YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok.
Hit us up on our Gmail. StrangeNarratives@gmail.com.
Send us some suggestions and feedback.
Yeah, everywhere. Hit that like,
hit
subscribe.
That bell icon.
Yep. Share us with your friends, your mama, your auntie. Tell them about us. Yeah. I think with that, we're going to sign out.
Yeah. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Peace.
Peace. I will fucking fight you.
I will fucking fight you, bitch. Eat shit. I love you.
I love how stubborn you are, but it makes me want to headbutt you sometimes.
No.
That night at the party, I was genuinely getting mad at you because you would not take no for an answer when it came to your sweater. Like, I was literally fighting you the entire time you're taking it off, and you're just like, nope, no, it's fucking happening. It's fucking happening. Look, it's already fucking off. Now it's fucking happening. I'm like, stop!
I was having fun.
I love you. No, I love you so much. You literally, you try harder to take care of me than I do, and I appreciate it.
Well, I just want to make sure you're taking care of it.
Random operatic break.
Why do I always do that?
I don't know. It was so out of nowhere, too. I just want to see if I can hit this note real quick. That's so fucking funny. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
So it's just, like, really sad. But, makeup artists... You can eat my dick. I'm not doing all that.
Like, literally.
Like, literally eat my dick. Tell him, Franklin.
Poor Franklin's got a headache. Oh, he got shot in the face. He got shot in the face.
It adds to the spookiness.
It does. I mean, how else did he die?
Maybe we can add, like, cool looking, like, cobwebs or a light in there or something.
Or make it have, like, a flower coming out of it.
Yeah.
That'd be
Let's
cute.
do that.
Yeah, I like that.
Super
okay.
Cute. I love that.
See, bitch, I got good ideas. Sometimes.
You do. You're a creative little biche.
Biche.
My biche.